up, my friend? Good morning. For me, it's morning. I just woke up. It's like 7 in the morning. I'm at El Dorado Hot Springs, and I know how much you love the hot springs videos. So this morning, I don't really have any particular topic in mind. A lot of times I do. I'll have a particular subject that I want to address, but as you know, there's quite a variety of videos. So this morning I thought I would just take a few minutes to connect, catch up with you guys, and let you know what's going on. So many people are, you know, it's just impossible to keep up with all the inquiries, so I'm going to have to streamline it onto these videos. And I'm going to continue to bring the raw education. It's not really about raw food. It's really about life transformation. And I was working with a lady yesterday, and what I thought was interesting out of my mouth, you know, I was helping her, and I told her that, you know, all you have to do is start eating the fresh fruits and vegetables, and your vibration will change, and then everything around you will change. Your whole life will change if you can handle the rising of the energy through the dietary practices. So that's why I try to keep it simple. I do a lot of crazy stuff, breathing exercises, meditation, you know, all kinds of weird fasting and stuff like that. But for the majority of the people who I would like to help, which by the way is to help you, it's become a karma yoga service. It's also my job, so I earn a living through the DVDs, and I'm having just a great time. I also want you to know that sometimes I have a lot of challenges and things like that, and so I'm just very normal like everyone else, but I think that the constant, you know, dedication, declaration of unconditional love for myself, for others. I don't think you can just make the unconditional love declaration and just be unconditional love like that. I mean, really, you already are unconditional love as your source. What happens, though, is that there are blocks to the awareness of your true nature. So I have seen in my own experience that unconditional love really has a profound effect on your life, your career, if you want to call it that, your health, and your energy. Because when your heart is good, you know, you really bounce back a lot more quickly. So right now, as you know, over the years, you know, the peace has become my next goal. So what I'm just doing with my experience here is showing you my experience, which was the raw food, which was profoundly transformative. Fruits and vegetables. I mean, I started at fruits and vegetables, and then I went through the whole gamut, all the superfoods, all the gourmet foods. I even was a chocolatier in New York for a couple of years. We had a all-you-can-eat chocolate party, and I had like 70 pounds of chocolate. As far as I know, I was the first dude years ago putting aphrodisiacs in the chocolate. I know I'm guilty because people would come up to me at the chocolate parties and they'd be like, "What did you put in there?" You know, and everybody would be just like, you know, you could feel that energy. I used to put like 70 things, 70 different herbs, adaptogenic herbs, and aphrodisiacs, and blue-green algae, and all kinds of stuff. Bee pollen, royal jelly, ginseng, ashwagandha. I would make these little chocolate bricks. It tasted like earthy dirt chocolate. And it would just get your heart going, it would get your mind going, you would be just amped. That was back in New York when I first met Krista, and we had an all-you-can-eat pizza party. So I learned how to make 20 different kinds of pizza, you know, 10 different kinds of cheeses out of nuts and seeds, which I'm going to try to bring all that to you as the years roll on. I know I owe you guys a video about the ego. We'll do that real soon. I just wait till I feel it's the right time. I'm going to be doing more breath work. I'm actually in the process of mastering it every day, trying different approaches. So I'm getting more feedback from my own experience. I'll bring you some more of that. Until then, just really be aware of the breath. You know, breathe in deeply. And also focusing on the breath helps you calm your mind. So when you're tripping out, I'm getting better and better at remembering, oh, I'm starting to trip out, freak out, like have some stress or whatever. I just go, oh, just start breathing, dude. I wake up every morning. I start off the morning by chanting the name, and then I pray that day. Then I meditate, and then I just pop out here. Well, then I'll check the phone, and I'll check the emails real quick through the phone to make sure there's no emergencies. I try to just focus on the emergencies. A lot of you know that I haven't been answering your questions on Facebook, YouTube, and through the email because I just got a little overtaxed. I know I always mention that. I have this thing about kind of being unable to say no, even though I really want to. So I've been gaining that as a lesson. And I want to share all these things I'm experiencing with people just because I think we're all going through it. And I think that just this channel here is a great opportunity for someone who has good vocal languaging skills and whatnot and isn't afraid to be totally human while I'm here on earth, because I'm very aware of our divine nature and I'm constantly promoting that within myself. And I see I have the divine nature and the animal nature as well. And I try not to struggle with it. I just try to be aware of it. It comes forth with, like, if people attack me, then I want to attack back. I'm really working on that. The last few days have been incredible because there have been a few attacks. And I realize that, hey, that's their problem. It's not personal. And I just don't even, because to be able to bear insult and injury is very important to me as a spiritual path. To have the attacks and to not lash back. Tit for tat is not my thing, you know. I will take the attacks from the people that have negativity to say, and I will take it with grace, and I will take it, and it'll just bounce right off me. It's getting better and better. So that's another thing I want to share. I'm going to just keep sharing. I just love these videos. It's a great opportunity for me to open my heart, which feels really good. Then I think about you. I mean, there's people out there. I know there's young little kids right now, and I know there's old grannies who call themselves that. So I'm not, you know, judging anyone. They call themselves that, you know, so I think it's funny, you know. And I just love them. I love the kids. And I love the more sophisticated people. I love the businessmen. I love the athletes, the other raw food educators, the young people that are just trying to figure out how in the world to get healthy in this insane world. Most people don't think of health until they're so sick that it's actually a full-time job. Hey, it's a full-time job for me, and I've been doing this for years. Because we get programmed with this craziness about money and unlimited. But I've learned recently, all the money in the world will never buy you health, will never give you peace. You can't buy peace, you can't buy health. So if you waste your health trying to accumulate dollar bills, hey, I got nothing against money, but I think that if you give in love, and I've seen this time and time again, if you give in love and you give your art and you give your gift, the money will flow to you. Sometimes it's at the last minute. It tests your faith. You're like, oh my goodness, how are we going to pay these bills, honey? and then you get this weird check in the mail, or you get a new your contracting business picks up another job, or it just always works out. So I'm always bringing it in my mind back to peace, faith. I will never stop talking about those qualities that I feel are more expansive and more true to what you really are. I think that we really are positive, affirmative, expansive qualities. I think that courage, love, and peace are our truest divine real nature underneath the programming or the blocks to the awareness of our true self. So as you know, I will continue to use the platform of fresh fruits and vegetables. I want to encourage you guys today to just continue to eat as simple and as fresh as you can, because remember, the foods that are simple, fresh, and vibrating at the highest levels are very awakening to the mind. They're very calming, soothing, expansive foods. They're called sattvic foods in Ayurveda. I love Chinese medicine, Ayurveda. I love Western medicine. I learned from all the different schools, and I apply those skills in my ability to help others on an individual basis and the basis of the mass media, if you will. Actually, I am talking to one person, and that's you, but through the camera here, I just, compress it. I'm a very simple man, and I believe I gave up the complexities years ago because I found that they didn't really mean anything. So the simplicity of this video is simply to remind you that to eat those foods that will enhance and illuminate the deepest, most subtle, vibrational, energetic part of your being. I love those high-colored, high-water, high-enzyme, easily digestible, fresh as possible, locally grown as possible, organic as possible, without being fanatical, maniacal, or insane about it. You simply do your best every day and you accept that and you move on. And you learn from your mistakes, which are really just stepping stones on your path to radiant success. We're all in a train. We've got one hand reached behind us and one hand reached in front of us to the guy who's ahead of us in whatever field of endeavor that we want to go in that direction. Self-mastery for Dan the Man. Self-mastery. I use diet, I use love, and I use all the different spiritual techniques to embed peace of mind into my mind. And I really hope that through these videos that you get the essence of where I'm coming from, because what's the truth is, it's not what I say that helps to elevate you and illuminate you today, but it's what I am. My commitment to you is to be the best person I can be. It means so much to me to be the best I can be today for you and for all the people in the world who will never know me, who will never see me, meet me, or pay me for my services or anything, but just to lift up the world by what we become, simultaneously just cultivating humility as much as possible. I'm the most humble guy that I know. Ha! I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Humility is really cool for me, and I work at it, and I cultivate that as a quality. So let's cultivate those qualities. And for all of you who are working at relieving yourself from stress and negative environments in your life, I want to encourage you to enhance your energy field through the food that you consume. And the reason why I say that is because it's the most practical, sensible, juicy, delicious, energizing way to do it. Because everyone's going to eat. Not everyone's going to meditate. Not everyone's going to chant the name of the Most High Holy One. And that's okay. I have There is no atheist or agnostic that can convince me that God doesn't exist. And there's no way that I can convince or prove that God does exist. So I don't even want to get into that argument. But I think that we can all believe through the fruits of our knowing that if we be love, which some people hate that. They're like, just stick to the fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables without love is like seeds without dirt. You know what I mean? You're going to have seeds and you're going to try to grow a plant in your hand while living your life. You have to have the good soil, which is, in my opinion, is love. So, thank you, my friends. Again, fruits and vegetables, drink those juices, do those smoothies, eat those salads when you get hungry, and those fruits, I believe, are so super epic. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye. And peace be with you, my friend.